Hi everyone, and welcome back to these series of short videos running through the season of Lent, all around the theme of revival. Yesterday we were hearing about the 1907 revival of the church in Korea, along the Korean peninsula. Wonderful things happened. The church was revived and many came to faith during that period. But it was to be followed by some extremely challenging times, to say the least. The Japanese would occupy the Korean peninsula from the 1930s. That would lead to many Christians being imprisoned and many being martyred as well. The Second World War followed, then ended, and the Korean peninsula was divided along the 38th parallel. Above the 38th parallel would become North Korea and below South Korea. North Korean Christians, now finding themselves governed by communism, and finding their churches being closed one after another, refused to bow the knee and would gather early in the morning, get up, be praying from 5 a.m. onwards. And there are stories of prayer meetings numbering around 10,000 people. Communism responded by brutally oppressing the Christian church at that time. The Korean War would break out. Armistice would be declared in 1953, and many North Korean Christians fled across the border into South Korea, made their way down to the capital of Seoul, and there joined churches in the capital. And as a result of that, revival broke out in the capital of South Korea, in the capital of Seoul, with many, many, many thousands coming to faith. And one of the things that really has defined the Korean revival has been their commitment to prayer. A very young Billy Graham in the 1950s would go and visit the Korean church. And he would describe how that visit defined him as a young man and shaped the remainder of his ministry. Prayer was and still is at the heart of the Korean church. I want to end today by just reading you a paragraph from a book that describes the conversion of one individual. Let me read it for you. In 1954, a staunch young Buddhist lay dying of tuberculosis, having been given only some 3 months to live by the doctors. Through the visits and faithful witness of a young Christian girl, he eventually surrendered his life to Christ. The tears of this 18-year-old girl deeply moved him as she pleaded with him to receive Christ. She left him with her Bible, which he read, and not only was he gloriously converted, but within a short time he was healed. Within a few years, he completed Bible school and began to pastor a tent church in a slum area of Seoul. Today, his name is known around the world as the pastor of the largest church in the world. His name is Paul Youngie Cho. See you tomorrow.